Hello, and welcome back to game number 2 of my run to my goal to reach 1400. The last game I lost, and I lost 30 rating points. So now I'm down to 1312. So got a ways to go to hit that 1400 mark. In the meantime, I've been practicing on tactics, and I've been using the Chess Mood Tactic Ninja course, which is actually really very good. Right now I'm using it in a 1 month trial, so I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with it when the trial's over because it's very, very expensive, but we'll see. In the meantime, like I said, I've been working on tactics because in the last game there were 2 forks that I missed. One that I could have taken advantage of, and then one that my opponent definitely took advantage of, and hence losing the game. So let's see what we get today. Another 1510. And another thing I'll be focusing on is just not making blunders. One good check for that is to look anytime before you make a move, look to see what your opponent's moves could be, and check any checks, captures, and threats. So we'll be going through that. Sticking to the Pierce defense. And again, there's a course I've been taking on Chessable on the Pierce defense. It's called Counterblow by Robert Ramirez, and I really like it a lot. So I've been using this opening. It's not a super aggressive opening. It's mainly just solid, and you kind of know where to put the pieces, and it's a system. So you put your pieces in certain places. Depending on, obviously you change it depending on what the opponent does. So we'll see where we go with this. Okay, there's when the opponent puts the bishop here on c4, there's a trick we can play where we can take this, take that pawn. When they take back with the knight, we fork the knight and the bishop. We don't win material out of this. We gave up a knight, and then we're going to gain one of these minor pieces back. But sometimes it sets us up for. It's usually the recommended move when I've done the analysis afterwards. It's definitely recommended in Rob's course. I think the best thing that they can play is bringing the bishop back to d3. But sometimes they'll simply take it. And then we just recapture with the queen. And now he has to save the knight. So yeah, that's pretty expected because he moves his knight to safety and threatens my queen. So I have to move the queen. I don't want to bring it back. Typically a safe square is on the edge of the board. I can bring it here, and in other variations of this opening, sometimes the queen ends up here on a5 anyway. So I'll put it there. It pins the knight. Now the knight is no longer pinned. And rather than castling, I'm actually going to move this pawn up Well, I don't need an escape square right away. Just in case I need to, get the queen back. For instance, if he puts the bishop here. So let's look at any threats that my opponent has. There are no checks that he can give, no reasonable checks. Actually, no checks. If pawn threatens the queen, I simply take. Being this diagonal with one, kind of like the diagonal opposition to the knight, means there's no way this knight can attack my queen. So the one thing might happen is the bishop comes here. In which case, let's just castle. Sorry, I was just playing with the arrows. I see other YouTube streamers using the arrows. Okay, often I would play bishop to g4 to pin the knight to the queen, but that's going to be not that useful right now. And sometimes this bishop develops late in this opening, and I'm okay with that. So what we normally would like to do is play this pawn to e5. It's attacked twice. It's defended twice. So it is safe to do that. Let's see if I have anything better. If I bring the knight out here, he'll probably chase my knight away. Let me put my knight here just to reinforce the e5 square. Okay, they're bringing their queen out. Play that. All right. So, a little surprised he didn't take. So one of the keys with this opening, or most of the openings where you fiancetta the bishop here in the corner, is you let white take the center and then you attack it. So if I take this pawn, he's going to take it back, and he no longer has pawns in the center, but I have pieces attacking the center, and that's kind of the idea of this opening. So I'm actually okay taking it. So you can take back with either the knight or the queen. Ah! All right. Totally missed that. So much for watching out for checks, captures, and threats. So I'm going to play on. How did I miss that? Because I did that. Oh, because he moved I was so focused on the pawn. All right. Losing it. Well. I'm going to keep playing. I don't see my opponent's rating. Let me get out of focus mode. 14. Yeah, so he's rated higher than me. So typically when you're down material, you want to trade off pawns. Of course, I'm down enough material. It probably doesn't matter. But if I... So when I move my knight here, I'm going to threaten the queen and then have 2 attackers on the knight. Of course, there's 2 defenders. So that's not terrible for him, but let's just see what we get. So I can bring my bishop here. Okay, so he moved the bishop so that the knight is no longer, I mean, it wasn't really pinned to the bishop. So I could threaten the queen again and then get 2, either way. If I take the knight, it takes with the queen. Or you could take with the bishop, with the... I could chase this queen again with the rook. Let's do that. So now he's obviously threatening the bishop. If I take this, he'll. And take the knight. If he takes back with the knight, I can take with the rook. And at least I've gained a minor piece. And I'll have a rook on the 7th, which is nice. Still, at the end of the day, he's up a queen for a knight. So, king's all alone with the queen, but the queen alone can't checkmate the king. So my target, I could take this pawn. He's probably going to want to bring the rook into play. Okay. Might as well get my knight going. If I put my knight here on d3, I'll be threatening this pawn. Or is it better to put my knight here, threaten the queen, and threaten that pawn? I like that a little bit better. So anywhere I go, if I go there, you can check me for sure. But now my knight is pinned to the rook. I could always move the knight to c3 to protect the rook. And the rook is stuck, protecting the knight. So I don't have anything cool there. It would be nice if I had a discovery, but no such luck. Yeah. All right, we're all done here. All right. Like I tell people, I know a few openings, pretty good at tactics, and I drop pieces left and right. So that's the thing that needs to change. So what I had said at the beginning of the game, I need to stick to next time. Take a look at every check, capture, and threat on every move. So I don't think I need to do the analysis because it was pretty obvious where I went wrong. And I will see you next time. What am I down to? 1291. All right, I'm still going to have my goal for 1400. Have a good one.